Hi, welcome to Zoom Around the World. This is our session that is focused on summer study and intern abroad opportunities. It's being offered live and also being recorded for anyone who couldn't make it. And so just so you know, this is a series that is going to be happening in the spring semester this year. And every Wednesday at 3:30, you can hop onto the Zoom link. You can go to at MC Scots Abroad on Facebook and Instagram to get event notices about this and to get the Zoom links to join us live. Otherwise, we're happy to have you viewing this session. We will post links and copies of things and happy to answer questions in the chat below the post if you have questions. So let's get started. I wanted to start by framing this. We're talking about spring 2021 and anticipating travel in summer 2021. And so I wanted to frame this in the current space of COVID-19 and the uncertainty around international travel, and basically let you know that we are still in that place of travel being a little bit uncertain. Um, as an institution, we are using US State Department and CDC travel advisories as our guideposts. You can see here, there is a map from the US State Department that shows you the current state of affairs in the United as the United States State Department would frame it. Anything that is pink or red here, that those would be countries that are a travel advisory level 4, do not travel. The orangey colored countries are all level 3, where travel is not recommended. Non-essential travel is not recommended. Um, and you'll see that's most of the world. And then yellow, you can see some yellow built into certain places here. And in fact, some of the island nations where those countries are considered level 1 or 2 travel advisories. And so those are places where travel is already acceptable from the US State Department standpoint. Maryville College does not plan on changing our advisory level, and so we're still going to be looking for countries to be a level 1 or 2 advisory to approve student travel for summer 2021. And so there is a short list that you can find on travel.state.gov. And I recommend you use that as a tool to evaluate whether or not travel is for you right now. And so some of this presentation is focused on this summer, summer 2021, but it's also good for forward-thinking students who are thinking about summer 2022 and beyond. We do have an appeal policy for students who want to study abroad in a destination that is currently a level 3 or 4 advisory. And if you're interested in learning more about that process after exploring options, you can talk to me in the future and reach out to me at studyabroad@maryvillecollege.edu. We expect that students who are traveling this summer are going to have to deal with certain restrictions, any entry requirements by the host country, any provider or host institution rules and regulations. And then Maryville College also offers a COVID travel pledge that really just outlines the expectations and uncertainties that we want you to be aware of for your travel programs. But for now, let's move on to summer study abroad in general and why you should do it. Beyond, obviously, because it's fun, there are a variety of ways we've decided at Maryville College that study abroad can really benefit your education. And particularly, these are the ones that fit for summer study abroad. So, first thing to know for your significant practical experience, as long as you are participating on a summer program that is 3 or more weeks in length, it's going to fit your significant practical experience requirements. You're going to have to set 3 goals. You're going to have to study abroad or intern abroad for at least 3 weeks, and you're going to have to reflect on that experience when you come back. We also have program offerings that fit major and minor requirements, core requirements, and I have a slide on each of these, so I'm going to go into more details later. In general, one of the reasons to choose summer study abroad is that there's more variety of courses offered abroad through our partner institutions than there is on campus at Maryville College in the summer. You also have the opportunity to do an internship experience, either combined with study or an internship experience on its own. They count as education abroad for Maryville College. And then, of course, building competencies that employers are looking for, whether that's global competency, digital fluency, critical thinking skills, problem solving skills. Um, these competencies are things employers are looking for, and study abroad in the summer is a great way to gain these competencies and really build on skills that you're hoping to have by the time you graduate from Maryville College. So I want to give you a basic overview of summer opportunities. Um, and when we talk about summer education abroad, we're talking about primarily study opportunities and internship opportunities. And within the category of internships, I would say service opportunities fall into there as well. So, in general, what you're going to find is that summer programs are typically between 3 and 8 weeks in length. There are some that are a little bit shorter. There are several 2 week programs, and then there are programs that are longer, 9 or 10 weeks. For the most part, you're going to find that the bulk of programs are about 4 weeks long or they're 6 weeks long. Internships usually skew a little bit longer, as few as 4 weeks and as many as 8 or 10 weeks. Okay. The price point varies dramatically across summer programs. And so the plus side of this is that you really can choose a program based on your price point. You have to be flexible sometimes with location and or field of study, depending on what your price point is, but really you can choose programs that could fit your price range. We do have scholarships available, and I'll talk more about that and financial aid in a second. Um, and as I mentioned, programs that are 4 weeks long, I would say normally those are worth 3 credits. So you do one class, 3 credits in 4 weeks. And programs that are 6 weeks or longer are generally at least 6 credits in value. So I want to give you a framework to compare, right? So what I've got here is a comparison for Maryville College summer classes. And so the left column here, you'll see Maryville College information. And you'll see that our credit hour rate in the summer is $365 per credit hour. So if you go down this list, if you were just to take a 3 credit class on campus this summer, it would be about $1,100. That would be living at home, right? 6 credits, $2,190. Now, if you want to add housing to that, I've got an estimated price, and this can change for 4, 6, and 8 weeks so that you could see what your housing cost would be in addition to that if you were to live on campus. And so down here, I've just summarized that. The 3 credit course for 4 weeks, that would be about $1,575 if you were to study this summer at Maryville College. 6 credits in 6 weeks, $2,910, and 6 credits in 8 weeks, about $3,150. Okay, the more credits you add, the more cost that's added. So how does study abroad compare to that? Okay, so what I've given you here on the left is the base pricing for taking a class and living on campus. Meals not included. No other services really included. So if you've studied on campus in the summer, we still have our facilities available and staffing available to help support you. Study abroad, the price points that you're including with their program fee, it's generally your academic program included, also your housing included. And depending on what that housing is, determines whether or not meals are included or not. So generally, host family housing includes at least some meals. And if you're living in a student residence or an apartment, meals are not included. So the average 3 credit 4 week program, I've listed several destinations here. And so that you can see in general, somewhere between $3,500 and $5,000 is where these 3 credit 4 week programs vary. And so that you'd compare over here to these programs over here. Now, these price points are also factoring in several different inclusions that you might not be considering for programs at Maryville College. So they come with comprehensive advising and support, health safety and security support. Sometimes they come with a laundry service, internet access, insurance, a transcript from the host institution, full-time residential staff there, and depending on the program, there's other excursions or services that are included, and I'll tell you a bit more about some of those in a minute. And then the average 3 to 6 credit, I would say 6 credit and 6 week program, the price is a little bit higher because you're getting more credits for that. Now, for study abroad, those program fees generally do not include airfare, so airfare is in addition to that. Now, we work with several providers for study abroad programs, which gives you a wide range of opportunities. And I'll just tell you on the front end that for 2021, it's looking like ISA, ISEP, and Kaya are the most affordable programs. So if you're trying to make a decision based on price point, then those are program providers you should probably look at first. If you're looking specifically for internships, CEA and Kaya have the best internship support. Um, and I've got a note there that meals are generally not included. So let's flip over to the how do I fund this side of things? What resources are available to students for study and intern abroad in the summer? So there's a few things you should know. So financial aid. If you are doing a program that is 6 or more credits in the summer, you may be eligible to use FAFSA aid, federal or state aid, if you have it available. This is student by student specific, so you want to make sure you reach out to financial aid at maryvillecollege.edu. Ask now, ask before you go any farther, right? To know what might be available to you. You've got the general price points from my previous slide, so you can generally give them a sense of what your costs are going to look like. But I can help you create a budget sheet to give them an exact idea if you have a specific program or location in mind. So definitely start with that now. Now, normally financial aid, when we're talking about the financial aid office and the sort of information you can get from them, in the summertime for most students, there isn't additional grant aid available. What you're talking to the financial aid office is usually about what sort of student loans you might have access to that you wouldn't have otherwise had access to because your cost of education is going up in the summer. Okay. We do at Maryville College offer study and internship abroad scholarships, and those are administered through the International Programming Committee, and I'm your point person for those scholarships. All of that information is listed on our study abroad website under scholarships. So we do offer scholarships up to $3,000, and we have 3 different scholarships for 2021. The Ragsdale Scholarship, which is a need-based award, which is up to $2,000. Tuck is a merit and citizenship-based award that has a minimum GPA requirement of 3.25 and wants to know how you're going to use this experience to make a difference in the world. Global Plus is a new grant for Maryville College, and these awards are going to go to students who are either doing language, can articulate how they're developing global competency through the program, or doing a program that is directly related to international studies. Okay. There are also external scholarships that you can apply for, like this one here, the Gilman Scholarship. It's up to $5,000 if you have a Pell Grant. So it's a need-based award. It's also a diversity preferred award. So that means that if you are an underrepresented student in study abroad, then you may be better eligible for this award. And I would be happy to work with you to apply for the Gilman Scholarship. In addition to all of these, the providers we work with very often offer funding available to students who want to apply for their study abroad programs. So usually once you start an application, you have access to their scholarship applications, and there's always a link on their website where you can explore what scholarships are available to you. The other thing I would say is watch for vouchers. So this image up here is from CEA Study Abroad, and I clipped it just today so you can see if you apply by February 11th, you can get up to $1,000 flight voucher. It's really important that you look out for these vouchers and make sure you enter the voucher code before you click submit. So I recommend you talk to me anytime before you click submit on an external provider application site so that I can double check and make sure if there are any scholarships or vouchers available that you might not have known about. Okay. And then, of course, your savings, crowdsourcing like GoFundMe.com or employment earnings. I think it's pretty reasonable to expect that you're going to have some cost out of pocket for a summer study abroad program, particularly if you're hesitant to use any federal or state loans for your experience. Okay. So definitely let me know if you have any questions about financing your experience abroad, and I'm happy to give you an idea of how that all works. Um, I said I'd give you more information on the different ways that you can use a summer program. And so I want to talk about a few of the ways that Maryville College students usually use summer programs to really complement and enhance their degree. So the first one is focusing on your major. Summer programs are very much major specific. They provide a great opportunity for you to take courses that you may not have access to here at Maryville College that really allows you to expand and dive deep into your major. So just as an example, I pulled up our University of Roehampton summer program. This is our most popular summer program. They have a 3-week option and a 6-week option. And so in the 3-week option, you take one course. In the 6-week option, you take two courses. And these are some of the most popular courses. The Psychology of Murder is the #1 course our students take, perfect for psychology majors and also perfect for criminal justice majors. But you can see these are not even all of their classes, that there are classes specific to other major fields of study as well. If you are interested in this program, I've got a link here and I'll post it in the chat below the post on social media for their digital open day on February 3rd. Really, there are programs all over the world in all different fields of study. So this is a great way to find that one class that maybe you missed this last year, or you really want to explore outside of your field of study or inside of your field of study. Language. Language is probably the other area that is most utilized with summer study abroad programs. Students who can't seem to fit a full year of language requirement into their yearly plans in their academic paradigm. And so I just pulled up 2 languages as examples here. And both of these pictures are for France. And I chose France because it's a popular language at Maryville College, and these are very affordable programs. And so the most affordable programs we have, one of them is in Chambéry, France, and the other one is in Cannes, in Normandy. Um, so the Chambéry program is in the Alps region of France, and the Normandy area is the northern part of France, right on the edge of the country, and about a 45-minute ferry trip across to the United Kingdom, for example, near the beaches of Normandy and also near Mont Saint-Michel, which if you have not seen it, Google it and you will want to go there. So these are programs that you can learn French language and culture, and they both offer kind of a student apartment style living, or the program in Cannes has an opportunity for you to live with a host family, and in that case, 14 meals are included. The the Normandy program is more affordable. It's about about $3,000 actually. So this is something you should really consider if you're looking for affordable language program. Um, the Chambéry program is a little bit longer and more credits, and so the price is a little bit higher. Um, Again, we have programs in every language that Maryville College teaches and languages that we don't teach if you really want to get a language um, that we don't offer. When you're looking at different places, one of the biggest price point differences has to do with where the program is located. So, for example, in France, the programs in the 2 cities I've mentioned already are a little bit cheaper because they're smaller cities in France. The programs in more built up areas like, um, and you can see Cannes is not a not built up area. Neither is Chambéry. They're just smaller cities. But Paris is a more expensive city to live in. And so the housing costs are higher and therefore the program fee is higher. Same thing happens in Spain. So Alicante and Sevilla are cheaper than Barcelona and Madrid. We also have programs across South America. It's important to remember in South America that you're going to be going there in their winter, our summer. Uh, but there are affordable programs in South America. And also, if you're looking really at cost as your variable, Costa Rica and Dominican Republic are the cheapest. And I just want to point out that cheap does not equal lesser quality. It just has to do with the cost of living in the different places that you're going to. So that can really make a difference in for students who are really price conscious. Okay. Um, the other thing that you can use study abroad programs for in the summer would be to fulfill our general education core requirements. So the main things I want to tell you about relate to the CD requirements, so world cultures. This is normally World Cultures 370 if you are taking it as part of our curriculum. That's what's listed on all academic paradigms. But if you study abroad for 6 weeks or longer, and I should move my face here. So, a 6 week program anywhere in the world. If you do a program, it doesn't have to be a world cultures course while you're abroad. You write a reflection when you come back, and check, you've done that degree requirement. You can also choose to do core classes abroad. So, some of the areas I find it's easier to get approval for core classes abroad include the creative arts area. There's pretty much a photography in course almost every city in the world. So that is easy to find, and those have been approved um, as CA domain courses before. Also, historical reasoning. What a great way to explore history by doing it in the places that history happened. And so you can often get credit for history classes towards your core requirement by studying abroad. And religion is the final place where you can often find courses related to world religions as part of summer curricula. So I've got some examples also related to internship or study an internship abroad. So we have both of those options where all you do is do an internship or where you combine a course plus an internship abroad. And so the main thing to know about these programs is that they are placement services and they're treated like study abroad programs. So they are unpaid educational experiences, so unpaid internships, and you will pay a fee to participate on these experiences. But with that, you also get access to financial aid, which you wouldn't have if you were just doing an internship here in the United States. So the fee generally includes the academic and internship experience, and it also includes housing along with a variety of other services that, and I'll differentiate some of them as we talk about it, each of the different program provider um, opportunities. And so one of the other benefits is access to the type of internship and companies that we don't have access to here locally. So it's a really great chance for you to build your resume and network with people around the world. So I have examples. I have a picture of Prague here because Prague is probably the top internship site where we send students. One of the most beautiful cities in Europe, in the Czech Republic. And if I could study anywhere in the world at this point in my life, that's where I would choose. So I wanted to start with CEA Abroad because they are, I would say, the most comprehensive internship program that we offer. Generally, the internships are 8 weeks in length. You will get a unique placement in English based on your goals. This is the program that gives you the opportunity to study and intern. So you can do 3 credits of a course and 3 credit internship as part of the program. I have here 6 weeks just as a note that sometimes you can go a little bit shorter. The credit is included as part of this program fee, and that's not universal across the board. Um, they have an amazing career coaching and placement process. So you know you're going to be really well set up to do that internship once you get there. And the internship comes with a seminar course that you do in parallel with the internship that really has you look at what are the competencies you are gaining in that internship and helps you navigate the multicultural workplace. I just really believe that the value for what you are getting in this program is the highest of all the providers that we're working with. So remember that these programs come with internship placement and supervision, housing, medical and accident insurance, a pre-departure and on-site orientation, assistance with travel arrangements, airport pickup, on-site support, a career launch toolkit, in some cases, and cultural program and excursions that you can participate in. So you're going there, you're doing an internship independently, but you're often in a cohort of other students doing internships around the city, and you're living with students. So you're part of a little network while you're there. So our next provider here, I have ISA Internships Abroad. And they also offer a unique placement in English based on your interests. And that they offer really 4, 6, or 10 week internships. And provide really great opportunities. Again, I would say that the quality of the internships across the board are all going to be catered to your goals. So I'm not concerned with the quality of internships in any of these programs. And we've sent several students on these internship programs. Um, their kind of differentiator is their um, their global personal brand toolbox. Okay, so just like CEA has this course that you do parallel that they don't charge you extra for, ISA uses this personal brand toolbox to help set you up for success and to make you more employable when you are done. Um, just a note that these internships generally don't include the credit. So you're going to pay an additional $300 um, on top of the program fee to make sure that you get the credit. The sort you still can expect that you'll get the same sort of things with this program. You'll get the placement, you'll get the housing, you're going to get this personal development toolbox. Which includes things like an advising session, cover letter advising, interview coaching. So some of the same things that the CEA program does as well. And some career resource and alumni guides. They have an orientation program, advising and support, 24/7 emergency support as well, airport pickup insurance. So you can see a lot of the same things. Depending on the site in any of these internship programs, you might have a transportation pass or a phone or something like that included. CIS abroad internships are similar to the last two that I mentioned. Some of them have a language learning component. The intern credit is not included. I think it's about the same $300. And they have a 360-degree networking toolkit that has built into their program. So you can see they're really trying to help you connect the internships to your experiences afterwards. Kaya is different from all of the other providers in mission. So all Kaya placements are within organizations that align with our mission and theirs to provide genuine community or environmental benefit. So if you are all into the Maryville College do good on the largest possible scale, this is the provider that you should work with. So they also offer a unique placement in English based on your interests. You can do as short of an internship as 4 weeks, and you can kind of build in the length that you want it to be beyond that. The prices don't include credit. But we can help you get credit from Maryville College. And these are the most affordable programs. You're really going to see a dramatic difference in price point, like from $6,000 down to as low as $2,600 for 4 weeks. So sometimes the lower price point comes with a shorter duration. So for example, this is 50% of the duration of a CEA internship. So if you double that price, it's $5,000. So it's not that much different in cost, but it can make a difference if you're price conscious. Next week, I've invited Laura Smith from Kaya Responsible Travel to come talk about Kaya programs, both their summer programs, future programs, virtual programs. And so if you want to learn more about their programs, definitely come back. And you can see some sampling of programs that they have here on this image. So we're really excited about this partnership with Kaya when it comes to responsible travel. So how do you apply? Basically, your next step is to go look at our CIE Study Abroad page, maryvillecollege.edu/study abroad, and you can click through to programs in summer study abroad or summer internships abroad. Figure out what interests you. What courses can you find? It's really easy to navigate summer programs and to see what courses are offered. So figure out what interests you and come back to me. Come talk to Kirsten Shepard. Send me an email, studyabroad@maryvillecollege.edu, and let me know what your ideas are. You can attend future Zoom Around the World sessions. So these are offered every Wednesday at 3:30 p.m. and they're going to have a different topic each week. So pick and choose the ones that fit your needs. So these are two that are coming up, and we will post them on at MC Scots Abroad as events and at MC Today. Definitely talk to financial aid and talk to your advisor to see how this fits best. Our deadline to apply for this summer is February 15th, and then February 15th next summer. You're basically going to have to fill out both a Maryville College application and a provider application, and I am happy to help you one-on-one with getting that started. So reach out to me as soon as you can. I'm going to leave you with some travel tips. Every week, I will try and bring something that you can learn from. And so you can see the credit here. Um, these are the top six tips that I have today. Regardless of where you're going, try to learn some of the language. Definitely, definitely, definitely try new food. Um, it says do not pack your favorite snacks. Go ahead, pack your favorite snacks. I'm going to take my peanut butter with me. But you also want to make sure that you try new things because some of my favorite delights from around the world are from around the world. Make sure that you keep your documents safe. We'll talk more about that when it comes time for pre-departure. And make sure that you have a plan, have fun, be flexible. Make sure you bring extra money. You can never have extra, you can never have too much money when you're traveling abroad. And make sure you bring extra battery and chargers and things like that for when you travel. All right. Any questions you have, post them in the chat below. Thanks for joining me.